Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Metal Magdalene with Jet here on Metal Messiah Radio. So this year, we are once again working along with the Lab Camp Drums, and today we have with us one of this year's instructors, Derek Roddy. Welcome back to the show, Derek.
Hey.
So, Derek, have you ever been to this camp before?
This particular camp, no.
So
but I've been hearing really good things for the last couple of years. They've been doing it, so I'm looking forward to getting over and doing it for sure. Yeah.
And how did you get involved with them?
Through my friend Marco in Italy, and George as well. George has been telling me for years that I have to come do it, and Marco's been telling me for years, oh, you got to go and do it. So everything just happened to work out this year. Schedules lined up, and all the stars and everything, and it just made it happen, which is cool because I get to do another camp with George, which is nice. I always like doing things with George, so it'll be fun. And plus, we have other great, teachers there too. Thomas Pridgeon's going to be there. Annika Niels, Gergo Baroli is going to be there. So it's going to be jam-packed with some shredding.
So, Derek, what do you think the importance is for drummers of every level to consider when thinking of attending a camp like this?
If it's for nothing more than to just hang with drummers, I think it's cool. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where drummers have this camaraderie about them that they're constantly wanting to share and show different things. So it's a perfect environment to go and learn and get to hang out with some of your buddies and hang out with some of your mentors and idols per se. It's a good chance to just get to learn and have a really, really good time.
And so, Derek, tell people a little bit about yourself, some of the bands and projects you've been involved in, and what you're going to be offering at this year's camp.
Well, most people know me, in the extreme metal world, obviously, from Nihil to Hate Eternal to Malevolent, Aurora Borealis, Council of the Fallen, my band, Serpent's Rise, Ends, The Great Die. I mean, I've got so much stuff going on, I can't keep track of it all. But as far as like what I like to teach at a camp like this, it's kind of individual to each person. I try not to come in with a set lesson plan because like some people might not be there for that. So what I like to do is I like to try to get a wide angle lens on all of the people that are there, for example, and find out what it is that they would like to learn about their playing, not what I have to teach them. So then that way it allows me to be able to kind of tailor each individual master class or group lesson or individual lesson, in a way that I don't get to do if I come in with a set lesson plan, And let's face it, a lot of these set lesson plans have been done to death by other drummers in the past. I mean, nobody's showing us anything new as far as exercises are concerned, So you can sit here and do exercises till we're blue in the face, but that might not be what a particular drummer needs to progress their playing. So I try to look for those avenues, the things that are going to make people that are there actually progress forward, if that makes sense.
It does. And Derek, I know, like you said, you haven't been to this camp before, but from what you do know about this camp, what can you tell us about this camp and what they have to offer, and what are you looking forward to most?
Well, the neat thing about this one is it's all-inclusive, so it's kind of like a resort. So food and beverages and all of that type of stuff is taken care of. The camp is really affordable, too. Some of the other camps I've attended in the past, although are very great, a lot of these camps are also very expensive. So you can rack up a lot of money, going to some of these camps. So I think this particular camp in Europe is nice because it's very affordable. And what you're going to get out of it for the 4 days you're there, you're not really going to be able to experience in any way, shape, or form anywhere else outside of one of these type of camps. Just the idea of being able to hang out with drummers. I mean, I'm a big fan of Thomas Pridgeon. I've always liked Thomas's playing. And I've been able to hang with Thomas before, and he's one of my favorite drummers to actually hang out with and jam with. So for me to be able to go to a camp and be able to hang with a brother, like Thomas and a drummer, and to be able to shred ideas and to have people there learning at the same time and watching us interact off of each other. I mean, you just cannot get that environment anywhere else, you know. So it's a neat thing to kind of be a part of and to be able to witness, because not just from a student level, but also watching all of these, you know, quote, pros interact with each other is very interesting to me, you know.
And it's like you said, too, this camp offers for the student room, of course, and food and beverages, and I believe the camp has a lot of different amenities there. Not that people are going to have a lot of time to be doing different things like that, but if they choose to, I believe there's a lot of things going on there. And the price, I think, also includes like their transportation from the airport, so really they just got to get off the plane, and I believe they're taken care of from there on out.
Yeah, and it's a great deal. You know, I mean, a lot of these camps operate the same way, but I honestly can't believe that these guys can do this for the price that they're offering it, because I believe it's like under 1,000 euros, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the exact price, but you know, I know what some of the other camps that I've done have cost in the past, and I mean that's way less than half. You know, so to be able to get there and do this kind of thing and hang out with these caliber of players, I mean, even myself, like I said, I'm looking really forward to doing it. And
it's nice that as far as instructors go, they have a bunch of instructors from different types of music in the industry. You know, it's not all, you know, extreme metal. I mean, they have, from all different types of music. So, you know, not as much as people like to think every drummer in the world is an extreme metal drummer. There's drummers that are interested in other ways of playing. And a lot of times, you know, what's nice about these camps is these metal drummers will go there also to learn, you know, from the metal pros, but then they can learn things that they would never even think of from people in other aspects of the industry.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is, too, is like no matter how you look at it, like every drummer on this bill, and really for most of these camps, you know, like although they may not be extreme metal drummers, they are all extreme drummers in their own right. You know, like Thomas Bridgen, for example. I mean, you don't get any more extreme with chops and, you know, flair than Thomas. You know, same thing with Gergo. I mean, dude's a monster. I mean, most of the metal guys can't even touch this dude as far as like his speed and dexterity across the kit, you know. And he's not even an extreme metal player, but he'll dust most all of us dudes, you know. So it's funny, you know, to be able to go and see that side of an artist too, because you know a lot of times, you know, these type of artists that play other styles of music, you never get to see this side of them, like the player side of them, because they're doing a gig, and a lot of these guys know that you can't show off and you can't throw a bunch of chops in and do all of this stuff and still keep your gig. So this is the perfect opportunity to be able to watch some of these guys just let loose, you know. It's a cool thing to witness, like I said.
And now this is going down May 31st, I believe, to June 5th, so there's a lot going packed in all those days, like you said, with all the different instructors, all the different things that they have going on and offering all the students there. I believe everything is there. I think they all get like their own little drum pad kit when they go there and all that kind of thing too. So they don't have to bring anything but themselves and their inquisitiveness, and it's like you said, it's a very affordable. You're very well taken care of, and every past student that's been there and instructor has always had a great time. As you know, George keeps going back every year. You know, he's part of that too.
Well, George is he's like the resident teacher because he lives close by. So
right. He's the neighbor, so he has to come there every year. Yeah. So Derek, you know, have a great time at the camp. Thanks for coming on to our special today and telling us a little bit what you're going to be doing there at the camp. And like I said, have a good time and all the best.
It's going to be awesome. Maybe we can send a stream or something from there when we're actually there for the show. We'll have to see if we can't work something like that out.
Oh, that would be awesome. Thanks for coming on the show, Derek.
See ya.
So thank you so much to Mr. Derek Roddy for coming on the show, telling us a little bit about this year's drum camp and what he's going to be offering to all of you at the camp. And I just wanted to make some mention that at this year's drum camp, you're going to attend over 20 hours of top quality seminars. You're going to be jamming with the other drummers and professional musicians all freaking night long. And also you're going to be enjoying the ranch living in nature, trying out exciting sports, including horseback riding, archery, swimming, and so much more. This on top of all the drumming stuff that you're going to be doing. And last but not least, you're going to be spending plenty of time with your idols and other drummers from all over the world. And again, this is happening this year, May 31st through June 5th. This is something that they have every year, so if you're also interested in maybe attending a next year's camp, you could definitely just hit them up. Their site is at labmusiceducation.gr/drum-camp. You could go there and learn more information about them, and you could contact them if you're interested in attending this year's camp. If there's any room, I'm not sure. Or if you're interested in next year's camp, you could get in on it early, and maybe they have some kind of an early bird discount or something like that. Again, this year's instructors are Thomas Pridgeon, Annika Nils, Yergo Borlai, George Kollias, and Derek Roddy. So right now we're going to have George on the show. George was in the middle of tour with Nile, and they're also on tour with Soulfly. I saw George a couple of weeks ago, and the dude is having the time of his life. He's having such a great time on tour. He's such a relaxed and happy dude. Here is George Kollias right now, telling us a little bit about the camp, and we're going to be hearing some music from him as well. And we're back, and you're listening to the Metal Magdalene with Jet here on Metal Messiah Radio. This year, we are once again working along with the Lab Camp Drums, and today we have with us one of this year's instructors, George Kollias, who is currently on tour with Nile, but taking a moment to talk with us about this year's camp. Welcome to the show, George.
Hey, nice to talk to you again.
So George, tell us how the tour has been for you guys.
The tour has been amazing. We are halfway right now. It's a 6-week tour, so it's a long one. We just passed halfway right now. We are co-headlining tour with Soulfly. Mm-hmm. It's a big moment for me, touring with Max Cavalera, because I've been a fan forever, and pretty much, he's the reason I'm here. Mm-hmm. So it's great. Amazing people. They're killing it every day. We have great shows as well. The atmosphere is great. I mean, what a great package. And, we never thought about, going on the road together before. But, now it's on, and it has been great.
Okay, so getting back to our camp now, George, how many years have you been working with the camp now?
The lab is actually used to be my school.
Oh.
So, I've been, I was teaching there since 2005. Mm-hmm. So me and Lab, we've been together for many, many years. But the camp, this is the third camp, and it looks like I made it in all three. I'm in Greece by that time, and Vasilis and all the guys are like, yeah, join us, So, it's more than a pleasure to be at the camp, and I hope maybe next year as well. And it's going great. It's going great. I told it many times, this is the best drum camp I ever did. It's amazing. The quality of everything, all the schedule there, like the teachers, the place. It's something that every student has to live at least once. So I can, put my hand in my heart and say, like, this is the best camp by far.
So tell people then a little bit about where the camp is located and what's available to people when they get there.
Yeah, the place is called The Ranch, and it's like a Western movie area. It's pretty big, and it's a little bit far from civilization. So, and which is a great thing, because the student will have his own room, of course. Mm-hmm. Like all of us, but we eat at the same place. We hang out at the same place, and we pretty much will be together like all day and all night. We have the famous jam nights that we sit there, jamming and drinking, and it gets a little bit out of control. But the great thing is, when I've chance to be with us, for like 5 full days and, have an amazing time. Of course, ask more questions than, the usual ones and, hang out and have fun. The ranch is located about 1.5 hours away from Athens. It's close to Epidaurus, if you know, with the ancient theater we have there. So it's a pretty amazing place.
So who are this year's instructors, George?
This year, I think it's going to be a very powerful one. First of all, we have Thomas Pridgen, Annika Niles, my great friend Gerko Borlai, and Derek Roddy and myself. So, first of all, me and Derek at the same camp, this is a celebration. Derek is one of my, best friends, and, I love his drumming since many, many, many years, So, yeah, it's going to be a very powerful one. Each one of us, has a thing with speed. So, I think it's going to get crazy. Gerko Bolai, Thomas Pridgen, I never met Thomas before, so I'm very looking forward to. I know Annika, she's, phenomenal drummer. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a fast camp, a camp about speed this time, so we'll see.
Now, the camp is open to drummers of every level of playing, right?
Of course.
So George, this year, I just wanted to put in there really quick as an added special event, you and your friend Derek are teaming up together to present Power Feet at the camp. So just tell us a little bit about that you don't have to go into too much detail.
Power Feet, the thing with Power Feet is it's something I just accepted as an endorsement these days. There's a guy with an amazing invention, about, making your feet a little bit stronger. So we have some presentations, that we will do there. He's always around, so he supports the camp and everything, and I think it'll be fun. Yeah, double pedals and our own thing. So yeah, it's going to be another special event at the camp.
So George, what kind of instruction will you be offering the campers this year? We're not going only about speed and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Derek will do the same. So we try to, pass whatever we have as individuals and as artists, who travels the world, for years and, does tours and plays in front of thousands of people, sometimes. So, what I try to pass usually is what I do. Of course, my technique and some cool concepts and workouts, but mostly, pass this is music, and that's how it needs to be done. We're kind of focusing on music more than the technique, of course. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you talk about technique. People want to know how you do what you do, and so I think we're going to cover everything, but some speed workouts as well. So it should be fun. And in closing, George, what are you looking forward to most this year at the camp?
To drink some wine with my brother Gerko Borlai. Focusing always on the wrong thing. I'm really, really looking forward to meet all the guys, Annika, Gerko, Thomas, and Derek. The students, of course. I know I always have a great time with students, meet people from all over the world, and I really, it really makes me very happy to see somebody traveling from Australia or, I think, come on, this is amazing. So I wanna spend very much time with them, I want to spend time with instructors and students and have fun and enjoy it.
So there you guys go. This year's camp is again going down May 31st through June 5th. Yep. So if you're interested in attending this year's, if there's any room, or if you're looking forward to next year's, you could contact them directly for more information. And George, thank you for coming on our special today, and have fun at camp.
It was always a pleasure. Thank you so much.